Hi, I'm Christina Applegate.
And I'm Jamie-Lynn Sigler.
And this is
Messy. The following message is brought to you by Novartis. Since partnering with Novartis, I have been thinking a lot about when I was first diagnosed with relapsing MS. And to be honest, I was overwhelmed and in denial, and I didn't want to accept it. Eventually, I had to be real with myself, reflect on what was important, reframe how my diagnosis was impacting my life, and focus on how I was feeling. And I wish I'd started thinking about my needs sooner. It helped me get to a place of acceptance and find the right treatment choice for me. And I really hope others don't wait as long as I did. That's why I partnered with Novartis to create a 3-step guide, hoping it can help people speak up and voice their needs. Get the guide at reframingms.com.
Hello, everyone. It's Christina and Jamie. Oh, that's your name.
You were going to say
I'm glad you
it.
remembered it. Okay, what are we talking about?
Well, I'm kind of like feeling very down today.
I can tell.
I felt it coming and I've been feeling it the past couple of days. And then I had therapy today and I thought it was going to help me work through things, and not to say that it didn't, but it almost pushed me more into my sadness, which was her point. I talk probably ad nauseum about how grateful I am to you that you really have shepherded me into deeper honesty, not only out loud, but with myself. And I have had a lot of like personal triggers come up for me over the last couple of days, and I'm dealing with them, and not all of them are necessarily for like right now to talk about. But I think that a lot of what's coming up for me too is I'm not feeling very well, and I don't feel like the people around me, the closest people around me in my daily life, mainly my husband, understand or want to believe me. And when I say that, I think it's because he doesn't want to believe that I am getting worse or could get worse. And I think that I led him down a road for a very long time because I never wanted to say that this is going to get worse. I've never wanted to believe that it was going to get worse. But like my therapist said to me today, Jamie, that's the disease you have. This is what you live with. This is usually the trajectory of it. And like, even though I'm as independent as I am, and I still have like a very full life living with this as long as I have, like if I really look at it, it's slowly just chipped away and slowly gotten worse. And for whatever reason, there's moments where I feel it more acutely, and I'm really feeling it right now. And I feel like my world's getting really small, and I feel like everything feels really hard, and I feel myself retreating, and I feel myself scared, and I feel myself sad. And when I bring it up to him, he'll be like, "No, you were moving great today," or "No, you were doing this." And to be honest, even sometimes, my own doctor was like, your MRIs are stable. You're fine. You're fine. You're doing good. You're fine." And I appreciate their encouragement, but sometimes I think I really need to be acknowledged that it is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not good in this place, and I usually bounce right back out of it. And I'll usually find a new remedy or a new therapy to try, or new IV, nutritional like IV to start, or whatever it is. That's usually how I react. And I never really just allow myself to really sit in this space. And I in therapy, she really was like pushing me to, and I'm there, and
And it's been like 5 hours now and I am still here, and it's scary for me to do, but I know it's necessary.
Yeah. I mean, look, I look to you as like, you're like my hope, you know, like I'm 3 years and I'm like, no, I can do 20, you know, that's about as long as I want to be here anyway, you know, but I look to you, but I also look to you to say, give yourself this grace, give yourself this grace right now. And it's just like a moment, because 20 minutes ago or yesterday is not going to like exponentially change between yesterday and today. And don't forget too, that heat, stress, thoughts can do some weird shit and flare, you know, flare is a real thing. And what does it do? It flares and then it deflares. But, you know, I'll share this with you. I've been in the hospital a lot in the last month or so for other things that now they're thinking could be from my medication, my MS medication that they might want me to stop. And I'm like, oh no, we're not stopping it. I'll take the throwing up. I'll take the excruciating abdominal pain. I'm not fucking stopping. Like, you're freaking me out. And my neuro told me this a couple of days ago. Anyway, I have a new symptom that my quads are numb completely, the skin on my quads. And it's freaking me out so much that yesterday I punched my quads 1,000 times because I was so angry at them. And I'm like, wake up. And I was screaming and crying, going, wake up, wake up. You can't do this. No, below the knee. I'm used to below the knee, not above the knee. Don't do this to me above the knee. And today I can't walk because I literally, I think I've torn like all the like muscles in my quads because I was beating them to shit. And so I know, like, I'm scared too. I know we're scared, girl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
And we texted yesterday about, let's have a moment for the things that we let go of. And I said what I said, which was completely inappropriate and wrong and will never be repeated. But it was me just saying, I don't want to give up hope.
I know. And you know me, I don't either. You know me at my core, and I don't, and I promise you that I won't. But at the same time, I feel like acknowledgement, there has to be acknowledgement. And I'm not the best at that. There has to be acknowledgement for the reality. It doesn't mean that things can't be different, but I think that in the world of you know, the theories about acceptance and things like that, like that means really allowing and acknowledging what is. And I'm really trying to do that right now, because what is fucking sucks, and what is scary. And, you know, then your mind just starts going to like, all right, well, guess I'm never going to do that. And guess I'll never do that with my kids. And then guess that will never happen. And I can, you know, when I ask Cutter, can you go do these pickups and this and that? Like, he rolls his eyes, but it's not at me. You know, it's like, okay, like it's our reality that he has got to pick up so much of the slack. And
well, he's fucking pissed at it too.
Exactly.
It's
and
like I talk about my child. It's like, she's fucking pissed at it. So she sometimes treats me like shit or whatever. And like makes me do more than I actually am capable of doing sometimes, because she's fucking pissed off. Mm-hmm. It affects us both. And that's something you and I talk about so much, about our caretakers need caretaking, you know, because they don't want this either. They don't want it for us. They don't want it for themselves. But I don't.
I don't know why I want to say I'm sorry. Like, it's you and I are also in a writing process, which I think is also very intense and beautiful. But I'm just like, this thought came to my mind because as I'm kind of going back to these moments in my life, and I'm really trying to be there for myself in that moment, like that for whatever I didn't have or couldn't realize. And I'm like reliving the thoughts that have lived in my head for so long. And I can't help but marvel at how mean I am to myself.
Baby girl.
And how hard I am on myself. And I know I'm not alone in this. And like, it just like made me feel like when you think of spiritually about things, like, could physical manifestation of diseases could diseases be a physical manifestation of like what we say to ourselves and what we do to ourselves and the lack of love we give ourselves?
We know that scientifically to be true. I mean, we do know that, that thought is creative. That is a like scientific fact, but then we can't take that on that this is something that we did.
I know.
Everyone has their like fucking questions of how did you get it? Well, I don't know. Ask the 1 million people in America why they have this. And everybody's story is different. Mm-hmm. And there really isn't a through line. If there was a through line, there would be a cure for this. Mm-hmm. So please stop asking that. And we can't take blame,
I know.
I mean, I've done some shit to my body. Am I going to take blame for? I mean, no, I'm not.
No.
But
I know. I start going, I just start like grasping. I'm just trying to find something to hold on to because the lack of control is scary. And I'm in a moment of that.
And I want you to honor that. And, I feel the same. And then sometimes I think like, okay, well, 3 years ago when I was working, I was way worse, but actually.
Yeah.
And this is just to say, like, I was in the hospital and my neuro came to see me and we're supposed to have an appointment on Tuesday for, a full, like, walk around the room, bloody. But because I was there, she came to my room and we did it there. And maybe it was all the Dilaudid that they had me on, but she's like, holy shit, you're like runway walking, right?
Wow.
And then I get home the next day, I can't feel my quads and I'm beating them up. So it's like, I don't know what
up and down.
I don't know what to hold on to because I get so excited about like, oh, I did that. Remember last summer?
Yeah.
I walked around Europe and then, I like fell down, the other day, like, I don't like, we have to remember, like we have achievements, we have wins, right? We have these days of wins. And that's what they tell you all the time with this fucking disease. Good days, less good days,
mm-hmm.
Or shitty days and less shitty days. That's how I always think of it. It's like always going to be a little shitty.
Yeah.
Because we don't have 100% of our, our beingness, but I don't know. I'm trying to get to like, okay, this is just a shitty day. And, drink some more water, stay out of the heat. I don't know. Do the things that we know to do. Let's do the checklist. And am I stressed? Yes. Have I had enough water? No. Is it hot outside? Even if you have air conditioning, just saw this whole thing Dr. Gretchen was saying about even if you're in air conditioning inside and it's hot outside, that can't affect you. So I'm trying to do the checklists. Like where am I doing everything I can? Most of the time I'm not because I just want to watch TV. New show, by the way, Selling Sunset. I know. Okay. I'm sorry. Bravo. I've gone to Netflix.
So, have you done Shaws of Sunset?
Have I done Shaws of Sunset?
Just making sure.
All of them. Name them.
Shout out Sutton. Yeah, I know. I know. And I think I can get kind of lost in like, oh, I thought I was bad like right after I had my son Jack, but I was like never needing a mobility aid and I was walking in and out of airports and like we would go to amusement parks and I wouldn't think about anything. And then I'm like, and now this is what I have to do. But in 5 years from now, am I going to look back to now and be like, but I was doing so much then. Like I just, I'm caught in a shitstorm, guys. And I don't know if that's going to help anybody in this moment. So I feel like I should shut up and start reading some letters.
No, fuck it. No, because you know what? Guaranteed right now, thousands of our people are feeling the exact same fucking way. So I don't want you to feel like that you're feeling sorry for yourself or you're complaining. These are thoughts. These are the fears that we think about every fucking day. I've made like a quote unquote bucket list because, I keep saying to myself, well, I don't know if I'm going to be alive in a year. I don't know if I'm going to be in a wheelchair in a year. I don't know what the fuck. I want to do some things. I want to do my things that I can do them right now. And maybe not well, maybe a push, maybe all my energy that I could possibly have inside myself to do them. But I want to live my fucking life because I don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. And I don't know what 6 months is going to bring. I want to do them now. And
what are some of those things?
I want to go back to Europe with my child.
Yeah.
I want to go to Disneyland. And she hates Disneyland. She hates it. Sorry, Disneyland. She hates you. But maybe she's 13. Maybe I just traumatized her because I took her when she was 3 and she was traumatized.
Will you come with me and my boys?
Yes.
We'll ride around in our rascals and we'll make Sadie go.
And we'll get a special friend to get us around because we have problems with direction.
Just guide us through the park.
Guide us through. And if you
I
guide
can't
us.
read the map.
No, I'll go with you. I don't care anything. I'll put the ice vest on me and we'll beep, beep. I've got my own beep, beep. I will beep, beep around and we will do our I love it. I want it.
Great.
Want it.
All right. So Europe, Disneyland.
Get to like the beach, I want to go back to Hawaii again. I want to continue. I started Pilates with my friend. I want to do more of that. But now that I beat my quads up, like beat them. I'm not talking about like a little light massage.
I've sat and punched down on my legs. I think, and I've actually seen a lot of other people I know with MS do that too.
Like in anger.
Yeah.
Like they hurt so bad. I have bruises all over my quads from like beating them with anger and tears because I'm like, no, you don't get to be above the knee. Below the knee, I can handle. No more. Don't spread. Fucking spread. I'm mad at it.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid asshole. Stupid fucking asshole disease. Suck a dick, MS.
Yep.
I just wanted to take a quick break and share a word from one of Messy's advertisers. Since partnering with Novartis, I have been thinking a lot about when I was diagnosed with relapsing MS. I kept it a secret at first, and that robbed me of the support I really needed. I finally found the courage to open up about it and quickly learned the importance of speaking up. That means making your voice the loudest in the room. You have to find an MS specialist who's the right fit, who makes you feel seen and heard. It's kind of like dating. That's why I partnered with Novartis to create a 3-step guide to inspire others to own their RMS journeys, recognize their needs, and find a treatment that works for them. Learn more about my story at reframingms.com.
Messy is sponsored by BetterHelp. What's something you would love to learn? I notice as a parent, I don't really make time to learn new things as often as I would like. Like I watch my kids constantly learning and growing, but as adults, sometimes I feel like we lose that curiosity, right? And therapy is a way that I think you can sort of reconnect with your inner child, do that type of work, and even like that sense of wonder. Like we're all in that back to school era now, right? Let's get back to like our inner child. Let's figure out, what do we dream about? What do we want? And in therapy, I feel like that's the time for me to really slow down, gain perspective, be retrospective, and like connect with myself. And if you're thinking of starting therapy, we've talked about this so many times here, we think you should give BetterHelp a try. First of all, it's entirely online. And it's designed to be convenient for you. It is flexible. It can be completely suited to your schedule. Here's all you have to do. You fill out a very brief questionnaire. Then you get matched with a licensed therapist. And if you don't vibe with this therapist, by the way, for no additional charge, you can switch it up and find somebody new at any time. It really cannot make finding a therapist and getting therapy any easier. So why don't you rediscover your curiosity with BetterHelp? Visit betterhelp.com/messy today to get 10% off your first month. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/messy. Should we read from some of our lovely listeners?
We would, of course, we need to give them their time as they have given us theirs.
Yes. All right. This is from Stephanie. Hi, ladies. MS are here for over 12 years. I struggle from time to time, but I work 2 jobs and I am mobile and always grateful. I wonder how being celebs impact your journey with MS. Access and resources some of us don't have may aid your battle, but I would like to know if being famous makes things more challenging. Much love, Stephanie.
I love you, Stephanie. No.
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 We look on the internet just like you. Maybe we have more people that know we have MS because of that.
Well,
reason?
Because we talk about it every single
That too.
week. Yeah.
I would say, more challenging. It's interesting because I would want to say more challenging because you think you have more eyes on you or you're worried more people looking at you. But I feel like I hear from different people with MS that deal with that just in their daily lives. So I don't think that we feel that just because of like any kind of notoriety or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely get more sad eyes, at me
Right.
if I walk in somewhere. It's probably why I don't go anywhere because I kind of don't want to deal with the sad eyes. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that our job impacts it in a positive or a negative way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't know.
That's it.
Much more to say about that. Nope.
Can you read or do you need me to read these?
I can read. I think this
you
one.
read the next one.
Okay. Let me have a sip of water because I'm having. Do you ever get like the weird, like you can't swallow your own spit symptom? That's a new one for me.
No.
So I got another new one. It's fun.
You can't swallow your own spit. Explain.
Like my body has forgotten how to swallow. So I'll be sitting here trying to swallow, like, how you get spit in your throat. And I don't know how to. My body doesn't know how to. And the only way I can do it is if I have water with a straw. Once I get the straw in, then it relaxes my esophageal muscles and then I can swallow. Yeah. Yeah, my friend Cindy gets it from time to time. She just started getting it and she posted something. Do any of you have this? And I had just started getting it and I was like, yeah, kind of freaky. Like you feel like you're choking. Fun. Suck a bag of dicks. All right. This is from Kelly. Hi, Christina and Jamie. I wanted to send you both the biggest thank you for making this podcast. It has been invaluable to me and so many others as we navigate a journey with chronic illness and MS. I was diagnosed almost 2 years ago at the age of 26 after years of unexplained symptoms and insurance denials for various tests. Since then, I have good days and bad days as I continue this journey, adjusting my day-to-day life when needed, as well as embracing when plans don't play out the way I initially envisioned as a young adult. But having resources like your podcast, as well as young adult support groups where people are real, honest, and relatable has been the biggest game changer for me. All of the young adult MS support groups and many more, I'm sure, love your podcast. Thank you. I made a promise to myself that every year on my diagnosis anniversary, I would do an activity that was a little out of my comfort zone to help embrace life and its challenges as they come, as well as prove to myself that I can still do hard things. Last year, I went ziplining. It wasn't easy, and I didn't last as long as I wanted to, but I was proud of myself for at least trying. I was curious if you had come up with an activity that was new and a challenge for yourself to overcome, what would it be? All the best, and thank you again, Kelly.
I love that idea. I love that, Kelly. I love that you do that for yourself. I love that you are taking that initiative so early in your journey with this. I would take my 2 trekking poles and try to do Runyon Canyon. It would probably take me 11 hours, but I would try.
Oh, I want to do that. Let's do it. I've got my 2 trekking poles.
Okay.
I want to do Griffith.
Okay, I'll do whichever one.
Because they have the Trails Cafe at the bottom and they have the best vegan avocado sandwich that you've ever had in your life. So it's like a treat. You get to go. I'll probably make it 5 minutes up and then come down and
we'll come down and eat. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's do it. I tried once like 2 years ago and I made it like 15 minutes. It was really hot out though, but I was dying. But all I kept thinking was, you get the sandwich.
Yeah.
You get the very special vegan avocado sandwich with vegan bacon bits on it. Hello.
Well,
Hello.
I like this plan.
Okay. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly.
James and I have a date.
Yep. All right. This one's from Barbara. Christina and Jamie, your podcast has meant more to me than I can express. I was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2017. My main symptoms are nerve pain, difficulty breathing, and extreme fatigue. My productive time amounts to doing about 3 hours in the morning, and then I'm on the couch. I do all the therapies, both physical and mental. My friends and family love me, but when it comes to the grief, they simply do not have the capacity to understand. I feel like they look at me and think, how can a fighter be so sad? I felt like I've had to deal with it so as not to be a burden. What bullshit. Your podcast was cathartic and life affirming for me. Thank you for your pure honesty and love. Tuesday has become one of my favorite days of the week. Well, girl, it's kind of what we were talking about in the beginning of this episode. But my therapist said to me today, like, and it's no reminder, and we all know this, but she's like, you are grieving, Jamie. This is sad. This is hard. Like, grieving, like, it's a real part of chronic illness. It is a very, very real part. And like Christina had said in a previous episode, like, this doesn't just go away, I'm glad you feel connected to the podcast and to us. I'm so sorry for what you deal with. I'm so sorry. I get it. You are not a burden, no matter what you think. You are not. But, like Christina said earlier, there's episode 2, like, it's really hard for our caretakers. It is. And it's also hard to not take that on as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I see it in people's faces. Of course, they'd rather me be me 4 years ago, the one with energy and hiking and dancing and running and all the things I was doing, and how quickly it all went crashing down and was gone, within a matter of months. And, as much as we grieve, they're grieving too. But you know what? I'm sorry. I love them. We're grieving more. Mic drop. Sorry.
Oh,
just a bit more. Sorry.
Fuck them though.
Yeah, fuck them. Go, just tell them to go fuck themselves. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But just be like, this is the deal, man. We just all have to adjust. And you know what? You're not a fighter when you're feeling sad. I freaking hate that. I hate, like, I'm a warrior and you know what? You don't have, no, you don't. There's no such thing. Do you understand? It's like, there's no such thing as someone being stronger than somebody else with a chronic disease. It doesn't work like that. No. There's not someone out there who's doing MS better than me. Like, come on. We're all dealing with this. Yeah. And we have successes and we have losses, and that's life. But please don't ever think that you're not being warrior enough because today you're having a sad day. Guess what? Go have the sad day. Go have it. When you feel like being a warrior, feel like being a warrior. You're your own advocate in life.
Yeah.
Thank you, Barbara. Now I'm pissed off at everybody.
Thanks, Barbara.
Okay, I'll read this next one from Danielle. Christina and Jamie, where do I begin? I've stuffered.
That's a good
Christina
word.
And I've stuffered. Christina and Jamie, where do I begin? I have suffered from severe depression, eating disorders, and anxiety for most of my life. It is debilitating. And I want you to know that when I found this podcast, I found some hope. I no longer felt so alone. I eagerly await every Tuesday for this podcast, and I feel like you are my friends, even though I don't know you. Christina, I adore you. I can't tell you how many times I was mistaken for you while growing up in New York City. LOL. But you are someone I respect and admire greatly. Thank you both for keeping me going, even when I don't want to. Danielle. Oh, Danielle. Send me a pic. I mean, Danielle, welcome to being a lady, all those things, right? I'm not discounting how you're feeling. I'm just like, shit, like ask any woman, and we are not allowed to say these things apparently, but severe depression, eating disorders, anxiety, shit, that is, you're not alone. Mm-hmm. You are part of a sisterhood. So always remember that even if we don't talk on the phone and maybe we don't know you, we know you in spirit and we know you in our hearts and in our minds. And you can lean into our energy anytime you want. Close your eyes and know, hey, Christina and Jamie are feeling these things too.
Yeah. And when you say you suffer, you don't have to suffer alone, because like Christina said, there's so many women that you feel this way. And I think you do not need to live in this alone. And I think you might be helping somebody else by just saying what you're dealing with. I bet you have more resources in your life than you think you do. And I hope that you find them, because no one should ever have to process those types of feelings alone. And yes, lean into our energy and us. We are here for you in that way. We've created that space for a reason.
Yep.
All right. This is Laura. Hello. I wanted to let you know how much I love your podcast and how it helped me with my own health struggles. I have multiple things I'm dealing with, which cause me chronic pain every day. It can get so hard to get up and go to work and not feel down and dark. I love that Christina lets you feel like, yeah, I don't have to pretend all the time, and it's okay to be pissed off. I love how real you both are, and it makes me feel valid. Thank you for giving a voice for women who are struggling, and let us know that it's okay not to be okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
No.
I'm thinking, because I'm thinking,
and it's okay to be okay. And it's okay to not be okay. Because also, there's days too where you're like, you could feel great, and that's okay. That is okay. And it's also okay to be like, you know what? I have all this shit to be grateful for. And I hate when people react that way, right? When they're like, make a list of things you're grateful for. Or, but you have this and you have that. Yeah, motherfucker, don't you think I fucking know all that shit? Of course I do. Of course I'm grateful for all the wonderful things in my life, but I also can still honor that this sucks. It's a great dance. It's the great dance of life that we all go through, no matter what hand is dealt to us or how it is dealt to us. But being okay, not being okay, I think is the biggest step into any type of healing, because we're talking about it now. Look at me. I've gone a long fucking time without really letting myself sit in it. And I've been doing that, dipping my toe and then getting to my ankle, getting my knees. I feel like I'm at my waist right now. I'm like really trying to like do this thing, because that type of surrender is scary and hard, but necessary. And I'm sorry that days feel hard, Laura.
Yeah. And by surrendering to these feelings, it's not giving up.
No,
it's not giving up on the passion to have hope in your life.
Right.
It's when we resist it, it festers. That's my biggest thing always. To resist it, it festers, it gets stronger. So to say it out loud takes the power away from it. I know I'm a broken record when I say that, but it is science. It is energetic science that when you say it out loud, you release it. You can release it and start to build back up again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we adore you, Laura.
We do. Support comes from ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click instantly to book an appointment. Need a dermatologist? Need a neurologist? Need an ophthalmologist? We're talking any type of physician, okay? And they're also talking about in-network appointments. My God, how hard is it sometimes to find an in-network doctor? They have more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, by the way, from mental health to dental health, eye care, skincare, much more. You can filter the doctors who take your insurance, also filter the doctors who are located nearby, who are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and who are highly rated by verified patients. You can also see their actual appointment openings, so you can choose a time that works for you, and you click instantly, boom, and you book a visit. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and sometimes you can even score a same-day appointment. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments, take care of yourself, and go to ZocDoc.com/messy to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/messy, ZocDoc.com/messy. I don't know about you guys. I like my caffeine. I rely on my caffeine, but I've noticed that I'm really sensitive to caffeine lately. It makes me feel kind of jittery and more anxious than I was before I drank it. And that's kind of not how I want to start my day. So I found an alternative that I love, that makes me feel great, and has all the goodness in it, because every single ingredient in this, what is called mud water products, are 100% USDA certified organic. They're non-GMO, they're gluten-free, they're vegan, they're kosher, and there's also zero sugar and no sweeteners added. So I'm talking to you again about mud water. I mix their matcha with some milk. I use the free frother that they sent me, which, by the way, is the best frother I have ever used, and it tastes amazing. Each ingredient in mud water serves a purpose. So with organic ingredients for a clean, natural boost, mud water's smooth, earthy flavors provide a delicious and natural source of energy. Their OG blend, which is what I use, contains cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and hot chocolate-like flavor, lion's mane for focus, cordyceps to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. Again, they have rich, earthy flavors, good ingredients. You simply drop the powder into your favorite mug, pour some water or some milk, whatever you want, give it a mix. You can go wild and add creamer, honey, even CBD, whatever it is. So for a limited time, our listeners can get up to 43% off your entire order, free shipping, and what I was telling you about, the free rechargeable frother when you use code MESSY. That's up to 43% off your order with code MESSY at MUDWTR.com. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them, so please support our show and tell them we sent you. Whether you're prepping for a busy day in the office or just trying to keep your mind sharp, Mudwater is here to help you feel your best naturally. Start experiencing the benefits of functional mushrooms today. All right, our last letter for today. This is from Bran.
Bran.
I loved this last episode. Shit happens. I am a 42-year-old male who was diagnosed almost 1 year ago, 6/23/23, with relapsing remitting MS. My lesions were extremely aggressive and active during diagnosis. I didn't receive much info when diagnosed and didn't know what to expect and felt like I was thrown overboard and floating in an ocean all alone, trying to find land, but not sure which direction to start paddling to. I looked into it more, found a great neuro, and started my DMT almost immediately, Ocrevus. My symptoms are not visible yet. I have a lot of
Is that how you say it?
How do you say it? Ocrevus? Maybe
I don't know. That's what I take. Sorry, Bran. Ocrevus.
I don't know.
Ocrevus.
Whoops.
I like both things.
Sorry.
One's French. One's the French pronunciation of it. Sorry,
and
Bran.
I usually give the Long Island really tacky version. My symptoms are not visible yet. I have a lot of symptoms due to my 50+ lesions. Oh, I've been extremely quiet about my MS, so literally nobody knows I suffer except close friends and immediate family. But listening to this podcast makes me feel great. I look forward to it. Every episode makes me feel like I'm talking with friends about my bullshit disease, and it feels like I'm venting while listening to both of you speak. I am a listener of Not Today, Pal. And when Jamie announced she was starting a podcast with Christina, it was a massive relief because I was hoping it would be something I could relate to, and it totally is. Thank you for speaking out and being so open for us who are afraid to be public about MS. Thank you so much. I no longer feel like I'm alone in this battle. Thank you for giving me hope every week to keep forging ahead and the motivation to refuse to sink. And so it is.
And so it is, Bran.
I want to give Bran a hug.
I know, Bran. I hear you, Bran. I got 30 of them lesions.
Damn.
Whatever. I call them brain herpes. Does that make it any better?
What the fuck? Yes, it does make it better. And you know what? I have 4.
You have 4?
I have 4 on my cervical spine. That's it. It's just this crazy disease, man.
You have 4? I got like 30 to 40.
I have 4
of my brain herpes.
I have
They're
4.
They're checking my spine on Tuesday because now I've got these new symptoms, and now they're thinking it could have grown. Love it. Anywho,
no,
Bran?
It hasn't. Let's not go there.
Okay,
but
we're not.
Bran, you angel man, Bran. Thank you for reaching out. I feel like we can say it's not easy for men, in my experience, to be able to communicate like that, despite great effort. I am sorry for what you are dealing with. I know this is like very new. The way you describe it is great. I think you should write more about this. I really enjoyed your letter. You're very good at describing things. Let that be. We had a past guest, Jennifer Esposito, who talked about like turning your pain into art and writing. So I don't know why I want to tell you should write, but we're here for you. We've got you. We will continue to talk about the things. We'll let it go dark, but we won't let you sink. Like you said, you know, they're uncharted waters in very many ways. Each day, you don't know kind of what ocean you're floated into, but we've got you and we're here.
Yeah. And I mean, I respect the fact that, oftentimes people that are going through something so dark and misunderstood and confusing for the patient themselves, they don't want to talk about it. I don't know. I mean,
yeah,
I wanted to shout it to the rooftops because I was like, guess what? This is happening. So you're going to have to just deal with me like this. But I have a friend who's going through something, not even MS, and has not told a single soul, and is going through the heaviest shit, health-wise, and nobody knows about it. And that's that person's personal choice. Now, I want to get, for lack of a better term, more sympathy. So I want everyone to know.
I want
everyone just leaves me alone and like takes care of me. But you'd be surprised how supportive people around you that love you can be if they know that maybe the daily to-dos are more difficult for you and you don't have to make excuses as to why you can't do everything.
Yeah.
It's a thought. But if you don't feel comfortable sharing it, whether it be for your job, for your family, for your kids, if you have kids, whatever the case may be, I totally get it. But if you do feel like you need help, please don't ever feel like it is not a pride thing to say, guess what? This is going on. And you know what? I can't get that cup of cereal. See, I have cereal in a cup. So when I say cup of cereal,
like a mug?
Egg in a mug. I have I always have everything.
Allison too. She's nodding.
Mugs.
Cute.
It doesn't spill over the side.
Is it because you could take it places with you?
It's yes, and it's contained. I'm not gonna lie. I have hidden Fruit Loops and stuff like that hidden from my daughter.
What's your cereal? What's like your numero uno cereal?
I love Apple Jacks.
Wow.
But I don't eat it. I mean, it's like something. It's like a treat.
Yeah, of course.
A treat. Anyway, Bran, I'm so sorry, but if you're having if you can't get your mug of cereal, it's okay to ask someone to help you.
Yes. Yes,
we love you, Bran. And we're going to keep doing what we do.
Bran.
And then giving you episodes with our friends too, which sometimes Jamie and I need a minute to not complain about our bullshit.
Yeah.
we need our friends to cheer us up too.
Yeah. And we've had that. And we have that. And we will have that. And yeah. All right. Should I pick a card?
Ga-ga-ga.
Ba-ga-ga.
Ga-ga-ga.
Oh, God. It's little writing. Okay. What is this? Okay. Always reward your long hours of labor and toil in the very best way, surrounded by your family. Nurture their love carefully, remembering that your children need models, not critics, and your own progress will hasten when you can constantly strive to present your best side to your children. Even if you have failed at all else in the eyes of the world, if you have a loving family, you are a success. Family can mean a lot of things.
Yeah, I was going to say, doesn't necessarily
Family,
mean blood.
this is family. This right here is family. And I think when it says your own progress will hasten when you constantly strive to present your best side to your children, that means it also mean the world, right? Kind of like what I've been trying to do for the past 22 years was always give my best side and always say it's okay and we're okay and I'm okay and and that can get in the way of real progress. And progress doesn't necessarily have to mean physical progress. I think when you you know what I mean? Like, I think healing for so long was like, fix the body, heal the body, fix the body. But like healing means like you, like your heart, like inside, like your being, your soul, that has nothing to do with the vessel that holds it. And so it's always is the perfect card. And I'll keep thinking about it.
Yep.
But I think it was.
It was the perfect card. And you know what, Jamie?
What?
You're your kid's hero, man. Because regardless of anything, if they do know that you have gone through all of this and have taken such incredible care of them and been such an amazing example, you are the fucking strongest person they know. You're not the weakest. You're not weak. You are the strongest person they know. And
Ditto.
for that, they're going to be incredible adults.
Ditto.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you. And so it is.
And so it is. This show is executive produced by Christina Applegate, Jamie-Lynn Sigler, and Allison Bresnick. Our audio engineer is Josh Windish.
If you want to show us some love, don't forget to leave the show a rating or review. Hi, it's Jamie. Thanks for listening. I just want to let you know I am a paid spokesperson for Novartis, but this podcast is independent from my collaboration with Novartis.